All right. So welcome. Um, Tonight we are going to be detangling, blow drying, and installing some clip-ins on her natural hair. Welcome. I am Jamie from Curly Girl Coach. You can follow, like, subscribe, share curlygirlcoach.com. You can find all the products that I'll be using. And today we are going to be using some clip-ins from a company that I have not used before. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet because I don't know if I recommend them. So because of that, we're absolutely going to go ahead and get started with our detangle. Um, so she probably has 4A, 4B hair. She feels like it's 4C, but that's all right. Be sure to ask any questions that you have in the comments. So we're going to be detangling with Design Essentials Bamboo and Silk Leave-In Conditioner. So I detangle pretty much the same way. If you've seen any of my lives before, we're going to saturate the hair. She's fresh out of the shampoo bowl where we shampooed and did a deep conditioning treatment. We have not detangled yet. I decided I would leave that for you all. I like to detangle in sections, all right? So detangling in sections is so beneficial. It's so beneficial because it just really makes it that much easier to work through the hair and make sure it is detangled properly. Now, so I like to do two sections in the front and 2 to 4 in the back. Because her hair is pretty dense and we got some tangles here, we're going to do 4 in the back. And it's been a while since she has detangled. So just know when you have curly hair that has tangles in it, don't worry about it being the parts being straight, right? Like, so we're just going to separate the hair. You notice I started with a comb, but then I'm just gonna go ahead and separate the hair where it naturally wants to separate. Okay, so you see some pieces here that are tangled. And what you can really do, if you see some pieces that are already kind of tangled, work through with your fingers, right? So just separate those pieces with your fingers. And I really love this Design Essentials Bamboo and Silk HCO leave-in because it's really weightless, but it'll give you a lot of good moisture to go ahead and detangle. So you're gonna hold the hair and you're gonna always detangle curly hair from ends to roots. So holding the hair, and you can see I'm gripping the hair pretty tightly, and that's just going to reduce the amount of tension from the scalp. Like I can tell I'm hitting some tangles in there, but it's so essential that you detangle thoroughly because it's going to make the detangle process that much easier. Welcome to all those joining our live today. Like I said, we are going to be blow drying and installing some clip-ins. So we're going to do some of this together because the particular brand, I have not used their clip-ins before. So, I don't know what it's gonna give. Hopefully it's gonna give what needs to be gave, but we don't know yet. So as I'm detangling, I'm just working my way through, and each section we'll just put it in a bantu knot. And I love bantu knots as a transitional style as I'm detangling, and that is regardless if I'm going into something natural or I'm going into something blown out. And that's because bantu knots really allow you to go ahead and keep the hair moisturized. It's not going to dry out, and it's going to keep the hair detangled thoroughly. you know, so you want that when you're transitioning to your next style. This case, we're going to be blow drying, but even if we were twisting, doing a blowout, braid out, whatever the style was, after I detangle, I always detangle in sections. And like I said, if you've seen my lives before, these are the steps that I always go through. You know, when you're done detangling that section, when you're able to take that comb, sometimes I use a detangle brush, but it's the end of the day. My tools are dirty, so my tools are dirty, so we're gonna use this good detangling comb. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the love in the comments, but we're just gonna keep working our way through. I keep hitting a tangle. Let's see what that is. Okay. So in this case, my comb kept hitting a tangle, right? So we're just gonna part through the hair and find that tangle, and we can even find a small comb and work our way through. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about hair shedding and what it looks like when you've been in a protective style or a natural style for a long time. Hair sheds on average 100 strands a day, and on average means some people have more shedding and some people have less, right? So if you have been in a protective style, if you've been wearing it naturally, or any type of way that you have not combed your hair on a daily basis, you can expect all of that hair shed to still live inside of your hair. So when you comb it, you're gonna get it, okay? So if you see more shedding than you feel like you should, just consider, hey, when was the last time I thoroughly detangled my hair, right? Like, what style did I come out of? Did I have braids? Did I have a protective style? I just came out of mini twist, and I have a video that I'll be showing probably next week once it's edited. And it's just really showing my detangle process and how much shed hairs came out, right? So, but the key is you want to make sure that you are thoroughly detangling. Who does that? Who does what? That you are thoroughly detangling so that when we get to the next step, then it's a little easier. And even if those bantu knots don't want to stay, you can just throw a clip on it. Because again, this is a transitional style, right? We're just using this as a means to an end. Okay. So I appreciate all those in the live tonight. And I appreciate all the comments. But let's just go ahead and get through this. Like, and if you notice, we were able to very easily detangle these front sections. And that's because typically, especially with curly hair, the thickest sections are in the back. And especially my hair. My curls are much tighter in the back of my head, in that crown area, than they are in the front. We're definitely not going to be putting any wigs on today. Um, as the comments state, we are going to be doing clip-ins, clip-in extensions, okay? So, and let's talk about how that looks different than sew-ins, wigs, things like that, okay? When you've got clip-ins, extensions, there's a couple different ways that you can install them, okay? So one, you can braid your hair down. You can braid your hair down and, you know, install the clips onto the braids. Some people like that, you know, it gives them the flexibility, the freedom not to have to deal with their natural hair in between their clips. In this case, or some people like to install their clips in between their natural hair to add length, to add fullness, to add volume. And that's what we're gonna do. So we're just working our way through to go ahead and get her detangled. And then I'll show you my method of how I like to blow dry as well. Remember to decrease the tension to the scalp. Make sure you just hold that hair. Hold it as tight as you need to, especially for moms of kiddos with tender heads. My little ones, I detangle their hair just like this, just to keep that tension off the scalp and to make the process as pain-free as you can. As I'm going in, and don't be afraid to separate the hair into as many sections as you need to. There's no rule to this. It's really just about detangling thoroughly. If you need to break those 4 sections down into smaller sections, do it. It just makes your life easier, especially once you're blow drying. Now, I usually only use the leave-in conditioner before I blow dry because using more product than that can give you a lot of steam. It can weigh the hair down, so I don't like to do it. I love symmetry, but this won't exactly be symmetrical because as I detangle that section, I'm gonna go ahead and twist it down. So we got 3 little sections on the left and 2 on the right. And you know, that's all right. There are really no rules to this. You want to do what is going to make things easiest for you. So right here, I've got another knot right here. So I'm just going to take my small comb and work my way through. And you see how easily I was able to just remove that knot. You know when you need to do that when your comb is literally just stopping. That can happen for a lot of reasons, right? Maybe you came out of twist or braids and it wasn't taken out completely before shampooing. Then you can have unnecessary knots. And we don't want that. We just want to go ahead and detangle the hair so we can get to our next step, which is blow drying Please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, your family, your enemies, whomever you feel like this could be beneficial to. And of course, you can find me at Curly Girl Coach. So please subscribe, like this video, and you can find me at curlygirlcoach.com. Remember, all of the products I'm using can be found at curlygirlcoach.com. And for those of you just tuning in, we've only used the leave-in conditioner. That's Design Essentials HCO leave-in conditioner to detangle. Now that we're on our last Bantu knot, there are a couple different ways that you can blow the hair out. Paddle brush is my favorite. If you've seen my videos before, the paddle dimming brush is like one of my faves. I think I left it at the bowl. Oh, let me go grab that. So yeah, this is the paddle dimming brush, my favorite brush, and it just goes through the hair so easily. We're gonna detangle just a bit more, and from there we will stretch the hair and blow it out. So to take out the Bantu knot, you're gonna twist it in the opposite direction that you already twisted it. Take your paddle brush and just brush through, right? This should be super easy. Why? Because we've already detangled it. And make sure you're brushing through. Now you can go from roots to ends because you've already detangled. Hold the hair taut and blow dry. You see how much the hair was able to silk out already just from the blow dry. So just imagine once that flat iron hits it, what it's gonna look like. We're gonna do the same thing throughout all of our sections, making sure that once we get that dimming in our hands, we stretch it out by detangling more, hold it taut, and blow dry it. It's a light on my hair looking brown. It is. It's a real brown, right? Yeah. This is a much higher than it normally is. Especially on your hands. I'm looking the same and I'm like, I'm looking your hair get lighter. Yeah. Your hair can get lighter from, exposure to the sun. Okay, maybe that's what it is. All kinds of things. Hormonal changes. All kinds of things. I mean, people got people's hair going gray. Maybe their hair can be darker. It's darker than this, yeah. It's looking real teeth-ish. Okay. But it's darker at the root. But when you think about the end, typically, like when I get braids, typically the color of my wig that gotcha. But it's the lightest on the end. But think about it, that's the hair that's been on your head the longest. So it's had more exposure to the sun, more happened to it. So you want to make sure that you're stretching that hair out even to the ends. Look at that. In comparison to this next little section that I'm going to pull out. That's one thing I love about natural hair. It's so versatile. Like, look at this. A lot of people say that the shrinkage is real, and it is, but it's actually real healthy. Shrinkage is just really about your hair's capacity to hold and retain moisture, and also the elasticity, right? And having elasticity for your hair is a very good thing. And it's a very healthy thing for curly hair versus if you've seen people's curls that look limp. That's not what's happening here. Let's keep going. Remember, this is our section that we sectioned off in 3. The same thing. The hair is a little more dense in this area. So we're just gonna detangle and blow dry it.
I was about to ask you, do you feel like hair growth is genetics, or do you feel like it's like what you do?
At both.
Cause like, do you feel like there's some people, no matter how hard they try, they just can't grow their hair?
Absolutely. Okay, now hair grows. It's a natural part of life, right? Like your hair is gonna grow unless there's some type of scalp trauma, something like that. But I think different people have the propensity to grow hair to different lengths. However, even people that once maybe had long hair when they were younger and have short hair now, that could be due to over processing, using products that they shouldn't, too much heat damage. There are things like that that can stunt your hair's growth, right? There are also some things within like medication that you're taking. I think a lot of ladies that take blood pressure medication have issues with hair growth. So of course, it's like what's in your body, you can't fight that with something topical. So sometimes due to the medication that you're taking, or maybe other illnesses that can cause hair not to grow as fast. But you know, everybody is not going to have hair to their waist, which is okay. But at the same time, I have clients that are with me now that say their hair is longer than it ever has been, right? So a lot of that has to do with how you're taking care of it. So I think your hair, a lot of people haven't seen the longevity, or how long their hair can actually be. They haven't even seen the full capacity of what their hair can do based on what they are or are not doing to their hair. Now, once it gets to a certain length, sometimes that's as long as it's going to be. But a lot of people don't even know what that length is, because you know, they may not do the right things to take care of it.
How like my mama's hair has been long. Hair is that long.
Hair is really long. But she kept coming to me like, you let that relax ago.
She was like, relaxing no more?
No, she was not. When she started coming to me, she had a relaxer, and she was getting color. And I don't know what medication she takes, but let me tell you, I was like, you're not gonna do it. If you want to keep getting this color, you're not gonna do it. Yeah. And of course, she wanted her color, so we let that relaxer go. And her hair is long and beautiful.
Do you feel like some people's hair grow longer when they have a relaxer?
Yeah, I think there can be healthy relaxed hair is possible, right? Unhealthy natural hair is possible. It's really about what you're doing to take care of your hair. So, but at the same time, everybody doesn't need a relaxer. You know, everybody doesn't need a relaxer, and everybody doesn't need to be natural. I have some clients that are natural, um, that wanted to go to a relaxer, and I was like, let's do it, because they were just really not able to care for it in its natural state. They were breaking it off, and having chemically treated hair was just a better fit for their lifestyle. So I think it's really just about, number one, doing what fits your lifestyle. You're gonna have to ask me these questions when the blow dryer is off. You said what? So you're gonna have to ask me these questions while the blow dryer is off.
I can hear you.
I know. So you're gonna have to ask me these questions while the blow dryer is off.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can talk about it. They have to come and give me time with the blow dryer on. And this is our last section. Please excuse all the mess in the background of the salon. It's homecoming, North Carolina A&T's homecoming, and we have been busy all day in the salon. So we will be cleaning up after we finish, because tomorrow we'll be busy in the salon too. we are finished blow drying her hair. Turn this air on in here because it's hot. And the next thing we are going to do is switch her cape out. Thank you so much. We're gonna switch her cape out because humidity and moisture is the enemy of a natural blowout. Okay? So that is because if your cape is wet, anything like that, if it gets on the hair, it is going to start reverting. So we're gonna go ahead and apply our Design Essentials Silk Essentials Thermal Strengthening Serum. This is gonna be our heat protectant. It doesn't take much. 2 pumps is enough for her density. See how much that is? Not a lot. Ooh, it is cutesy and demure. Thank you. Emulsify it in your hand. Go underneath. You always want to start underneath, just in case it's too much product on your hands, so you can distribute it evenly through the hair. I like to use a wax stick as well, and we're going to use that wax stick on her perimeter of her hair. Wax stick is really just curling wax in stick form. It really helps to keep those edges smoothed out, and especially for people with natural curly hair, be sure, hit down for me, to add some heat when you use it. So you really just apply it, a thin layer all over the edges. You can do this in any order you want. I always do it first. Okay? And then we're just gonna go through. I have my 1/2 inch red pencil flat iron. And then I pinch the edges away from the skin and apply heat. And you're just gonna see that hair straighten out. And I really just like to apply it on the edges in those places, because otherwise it's gonna get too greasy everywhere, and you really don't want that. But it's just enough for those edges. All right, so just pinch and apply. I don't like to go over the hair a whole bunch, but sometimes, especially if your hot tool isn't hot enough yet, you might get a second pass. But while we're flat ironing, it's definitely, hit to the top, it's definitely gonna be that one pass, because we're probably going to add some curl or maybe some additional heat after we apply those clip-ins in. I'm really excited to try these clip-ins with you all. And I'm saying try because I have not used this brand before. I keep saying that to you all because I don't want to, I want to reduce your expectations because I don't know the quality of them. It's a flat iron. You said you don't either.
I don't either.
She don't either. So she just bought them. She doesn't know either, but we're going to try them together live here today. So I won't put out the brand just yet until we know if we like them or not. But we'll let you know at the end. If we like it, we'll tell you the brand. If not, then we just gonna keep it to ourselves, okay? So I'm gonna be using the Paul Mitchell Neuro, one of my favorite flat irons. This is 1.5 inches because we're just gonna be silking her hair out straight. I love it because it has that 30-second heat up time. It goes up to 450 degrees. This is not a paid advertisement, though I wish it was. One day. And we're just gonna use a carbon heat protected comb. So if you don't have a carbon comb, you definitely should get one, because the carbon combs allow you to apply heat onto the hair without melting your comb. So if you have ever been using a hot tool and the bristles look all ate up and curled up when you're finished, it is because you are not using a carbon comb. Now, carbon combs can be a little bit more expensive, but totally worth it in the end. So I still section the hair off a very similar way because I like control. Um, and I like to know which section I'm going to first, second, third. So she's getting a middle part. So we went ahead and parted her off in the middle, had the two sections on the ends, and then we parted her from ear to ear. Clip that hair away, and yes, I do use heat protector on the hair. And today we use Design Essentials Thermal Strengthening Serum. So this is the hair heat protectant that we use, 2 pumps. You can find it on my website at curlygirlcoach.com. Okay, I will also be using Influence S3 spray. It also has UV protection, it silkens and softens, and it's alcohol free. So it gives you just a little bit more stay power for your blowout, but it's super light. It's not gonna have it heavy or weighed down. So you'll see me spraying this on the hair as well. So that's what it is. So we kind of have a double heat protection happening here. Okay, so while you see me flat ironing, you're gonna see me put the hair in the comb and chase it with the flat iron. That is because we are kind of detangling the hair even further while we're flat ironing. Okay, so put that flat iron in and like so. Okay, and that's just gonna make it a little bit straighter. But the biggest thing and the biggest key to a good blowout is a good blow dry. Some people, when they're blowing their hair dry, natural hair gets dry in a couple of phases, right? First, it gets kind of frizzy and puffy. And at that point, some people stop blow drying. They think they're done, but you're not done. You have to keep going until the hair starts to get smooth. Once the hair starts to get smooth and you see those ends, the curls on the ends go, then you're finished blow drying. That way, when you're flat ironing, you don't have to use as much heat. It reduces the chances of getting any heat damage, and it just makes the flat ironing process that much more easy. So while we were blow drying, we were talking about natural hair, and if it's better to be natural or relaxed. So this is the thing. I believe that there are people, and I have clients with relaxed hair, and their hair is healthy and relaxed. I have also seen clients with unhealthy natural hair. It's really about how you take care of your hair, and that's regardless if it's chemically treated, if you have color, if you don't have any chemicals. But it's so essential to be aware of your own hair. So I've been natural for over 20 years, and I went natural at a time when having natural hair wasn't very popular. It wasn't the in thing to do, and frankly, there were not a lot of products out to support my natural hair. But the reason why I went natural is because I recognized my hair would grow long, and then once I relaxed it, it would fall out, right? And back then, my hair's always been really soft, full but soft, right? So back then, they were putting a Just For Me perm relaxer in my hair. I'm sure that's a great brand, but it was not a great brand for me, right? So I think you just have to be really cognizant of your own hair and how it thrives. Some people experience more or less shedding in certain seasons, right? Like, so you shedding more in the winter might be normal for you, or it might be a sign that maybe there's something in your diet that you need to fix. Maybe you need to see a dermatologist, you know. So I stopped getting relaxers over 20 years ago, but I would still get color, right? And I have a lot of clients that they are relaxer free, but they still have chemically treated hair, as in they get color. I have clients with blue hair, pink hair, your fashion colors, blonde highlight, you name it, you know. I have clients on every end of the spectrum. Their hair is beautiful, it is growing, it is thriving, right? But they make an effort to come and get their hair treated, get trimmed when it's necessary. Because the thing about chemically treated hair is well, first of all, natural hair is more prone to dryness. Okay, so if you, and that is because curly hair is packed with protein, right? So it's packed with protein, so it's going to be prone to dryness. So if you are adding chemicals, whether that be relaxer, whether that be bleach or color, whatever you're getting, just know you're going to increase that dryness. So doing your hot oil treatments, your steam treatments, protein treatments as needed, whatever the hair needs, getting those trims, you got to. Because if you do not, your hair can be on the floor. And who wants that? Right? So I used to get color as well. But I noticed for me, my hair thrives with nothing. Okay? Okay, so that's a great question. The Uh-oh. How do I unmute? Can y'all hear me?
Maybe we got the call.
Oh, maybe I think I just had a call come through. Maybe a call. No video now. It was a call. Yes, can y'all hear me now? No. It still says live on my end. Yes, y'all can hear me? Okay, we back. We back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can hear now, but no video. The video should be coming through in a second. There. Okay, great. Thank y'all for letting me know. Yeah, I had a call come through. Sorry about that. But for the question, remember the question was about keratin versus relaxer. Okay, so keratin is protein. And remember we talked about natural hair being packed with protein already. So I've seen some keratin treatments that people end up with dry and brittle hair. Okay? And dry and brittle hair can cause your hair to what? Fall out. So my first recommendation for a keratin treatment, if that's the direction that you decide, is make sure that you're going to somebody who specializes in those. You know, don't do it at home. Don't do it yourself. Make sure that you're using a licensed professional that does keratin treatments. I personally do not do keratin treatments, right? I have not found a brand that I am particularly comfortable with. I do do an STS treatment, and an STS treatment is amino acids, okay? So your hair is still natural, but it makes it a little bit more manageable. Another positive thing about keratin treatments is they last so long, but your hair can still curl up. Like your hair can still technically be natural, I guess, right?
Texturizer?
Well, no, a texturizer is really just a relaxer that is combed through your hair that did not process the full way. Okay, so when you have a a texturizer, that's a good question. That texturizer is going to loosen your curls because the relaxer just came on and off, right? But it's still rearranging the bonds of your hair. Okay, so that goes to relaxers. Relaxers are going to permanently rearrange the bonds of your hair. Okay, that means the S pattern, the Z pattern, whatever your curl pattern is permanently straight, and it cannot come back unless you grow it out. That's going to be the same for a soft curl permanent wave, or everybody talking about these soft curls, jerry curls, same thing for that. Do I do little girls? I do not. I don't do little kids, but I do have a lady in the salon that does do little kids. So I have 2 little kids at home. I have 4-year-old twins. So those are the only little kids that I do. Yeah, too much oil can weigh your hair down. So for a relaxer, if you're okay with your hair being permanently straightened, or texturizer might be a better option too, I think that's okay. But you still want to be sure to be educated on what the maintenance is like, right? So if whatever the maintenance is for your relaxer, talk to your hair care professional to see, how often you need to get your treatments. And then see them often, because this is how I feel. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I'm actually here in North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina. You're in Brazil. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, so when I do go live or have other videos, you can see. So thanks so much. Now, if you see her ends, we are going to dust them just a little bit, okay? Not a full trim, but a little dusting. Then we're going to go to this side, and you see I'm probably taking about 1/4 inch partings, and we're doing the same thing, going through and straightening it. We were also talking about her grandmother. I actually do her mom's hair, her sister's hair, her grandmother's hair, her sister-in-law. So it's a family thing for sure. Her mom was here this week, sometime Saturday maybe, I don't know. But when I started doing her grandmother's hair, she was getting relaxers, and and color, and we said it would be healthier for her to pick. Do you want to keep getting relaxers, or you want to keep getting color? Now, can some people do relaxers and color and it be just fine? Absolutely. But this was not the case for her. So she decided to let the relaxer go. We're good here, thank you. We decided to let the relaxer go, and we just do color. And literally, I don't know if anyone saw my live with the lady who got the pin curls with the long hair, but that was her grandmother. And her hair has just really thrived and really grown. And we're excited about that. I think it's just really about you having the healthiest hair on your head that you can have. Learning how to care for it, learning how to manage it. So that you're treating it right, and it'll treat you right too. I know some people say, natural hair is a lot to manage. And it can be. especially if you don't know what you're doing. Especially if, you know, you're one of those people who has never really had the opportunity to do your natural hair. You don't even know what your natural hair looks like, you know. But using the right products, using the right techniques will absolutely make your journey of having natural hair much easier. Now, for those of you thinking about transitioning to natural, I feel like transitioning is probably harder than being natural. So, you know, some people big chop. I'm not a big chop girl. Well, I did big chop my locks. I had locks, but I chopped those off. Um, but when I transitioned from relaxer to natural, I did protective styles, I let it grow, and I trimmed along the way. And that's actually how we transitioned her grandmother.
Do you find that protective styles are damaging?
Oh, that's a great question. If y'all didn't hear her, she asked, do I find that protective styles are damaging? And my answer to that is they can be. Too much of anything can be bad. Like water, like your body is made up of so much water, but you can drink too much and it can be bad. So let's talk about how it can be bad to wear too many protective styles. Like if you're going from protective style to protective style, you're not treating your hair in between. Once my ladies come out of a protective style, we're gonna treat the hair. You know, not getting trimmed when you're supposed to, that can be damaging. And some people, let's be honest, some people shouldn't get protective styles at all. If you have trauma to your scalp, if you have hair loss, if there is damage to your scalp, trauma to your scalp, that's a huge one. I've had ladies, you know, they're called zealous hairs. So you know, like the baby hair, the real soft hair in the front of your head. If you have an area of your hair that has become thin and soft like that, no, you should not get a protective style. Why? Because those vellus hairs are not strong enough to be able to be braided. I have some ladies that we have opted for other styles other than braids or because it's gonna pull those little hairs right out. So I think, you know, you have to talk to somebody that is definitely into the health of your hair and not just trying to maintain not just trying to maintain a style. You don't want it to just look good. You want to have healthy hair underneath your sewing, your braids, or whatever.
And I was the type of person, like, I didn't care if my hair got damaged. I just wanted it to look good. Like,
a lot of people are.
I'm like, just do it. Go over it a couple of times if you need to.
Right.
Get it straight.
Right. Get it straight. Do what you need to do. I want my hair to be laid. And a lot of women feel like that. But I think having beautiful hair, like having your natural hair to be healthy, it's like that's serious business, you know? And I get it. I want it to look good too. And you can definitely have both, but you want somebody that's gonna tell you no. You know, I want this style, no. You know, I had a client come in and she was like, I want you to color my hair gray. I want it to be silver. And I kindly told her, no, we're not doing that. Her hair was dark, and to get silver hair, it's lighter than blonde. It's like a pale blonde color that we were toning. And I'm not doing that, right? But I'm not doing silver, but maybe we can do this instead. So I'm never gonna tell you no without giving you an option. Your hair's on.
It's growing.
It's
been oh yeah, that's all about. Oh goodness, no protective style underneath.
No, you did good. I mean, we are gonna do a little trim. Head down slightly.
I'm like, can you work on fullness, or is that a thing that can?
Yeah. Yes, density, fullness is something.
Or is that what? Genetic.
Some of it is genetic too. So with this trim, I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. This trim, I'm not going straight across. I'm going to kind of point cut into it, and that's just because we're putting these clip-ins in, and I don't want you to be able to see a strong line between the clips and her hair. Okay, so we're gonna trim, but we're just gonna point cut into her perimeter. So sometimes people don't experience fullness and they don't see fullness because their hair is broken in different spots. So if you got some hair that might stop here, some that might stop here, some hair that might stop here, you're not going to see the fullness down here, right? So having healthy hair from root to ends you will see thicker hair, right? So, but some of that is genetic too. But it's really about getting your hair to its natural, like where it can be, the healthiest that your hair can be, you know? As they say, you want to reach your own zenith. Like it's not a race for anybody else. You're really racing against yourself. Let's come over here. I try not to walk over the camera as much as possible, but you know. You want thicker hair?
Yes.
Don't we all?
Yes. I feel like hopefully my mom not watching this. Like I'm like, oh goodness, I hope my hair don't stop thick.
But you know, some people never have thick hair, right?
Yeah.
Like
That'll be like adding clip-ins.
add the clips.
I'm gonna add them in.
I'm gonna spin you to the front. Okay. Let's get your bangs.
Hey live.
Let me I love it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Be sure to like this video, share it. Especially if you find some of the content helpful. Definitely want to help as many people as we can. Learn more about how to style, how to care for their natural hair. And that's really what I'm about. Like I want your hair to look good, but you know, really giving people the tools to care for their own hair, you know? Or because like even if you are someone who goes to the hairdresser, right? You might see your hairdresser or your stylist, the clients that I have that come most often are once a weekers, right? So you might see your stylist once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, whatever. But the biggest thing is you spend more time with your hair than they do. So that means you have to do the things at home that, you know, that give you healthy hair. I know. Okay, so let's talk about these clips. Let's get into these clips. So she bought 2 bundles of these clips that shall remain nameless for now. And this is one of the bundles, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it for you. This is what? Yaki texture. Yeah. So this is Yaki texture hair. It does actually, the blend is good, so it's not really silky. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. So we're gonna go ahead and open this pack up. I like to use my little nippers. Use these for everything. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. So we're just gonna open this up. I opened one of the other packs already, but I wanted to open this one on camera so y'all could see what was happening here. All right. So I'm so glad that she got 2, because in this pack,
so one wouldn't have been enough.
No, one would not have been enough in this case. It would have been a little mullet, it would have been business in the front, party in the back.
I've gotten 3.
No, I think we can do all right. So we've got, I think, 3 clips of 4. Let's see. We got the 4 clips. Oh no, I think we got 1 of 4. And then we got the 3 clips. So we did 2 packs, and we got 3 clips here. And then we got 2 of the 2 and 2 of the 1. All right. So let's work this out. Luckily, she bought 2 of these packs, and we're just gonna install these and make it work. We want to do this middle part. So with this middle part, we're gonna start in the back. But starting in the back, we won't. Oh yeah, this is gonna be enough. This is gonna be great. Starting in the back, we're not going to. We're gonna leave her some leave out in the back. Okay, I'm still gonna part her off kind of in the front, but we're not going to be like, we can't just put it in the back, right? We're gonna have to go to the front some too. So I'm gonna get my smaller clips to try to move this up. Now remember, this is my first time using this pack. So we're just kind of trying to map out how we're gonna apply these clips to give her fullness, right? And I wanna make sure that her hair doesn't look spacey or anything like that. So let's leave about that much off. And then for the very back of the hair, we're going to use the 3-prong clips. All right. And we may not use all of them, which is okay. Some tips, some things you can do if you put your clips in and you feel like they are too slippery. You can tease the hair up. You can add little rubber bands at the roots. All of those things help. But what we're gonna do first is just apply the clip and see how it goes. These are the seamless wefts, okay? I actually have these on my website as well, curlygirlcoach.com, and you just pop them open. Pop them open, apply them on, and clip them back, okay? So head down for me. So I should have measured first, because we're gonna give a little curve action so that that bottom clip can fit in, because it's a little longer than the back row of her head. And you do want to kind of make sure that when you apply the clips, the rows are straight-ish, right? Because if not, you won't have a even install. Does that feel okay?
I think so.
Okay, cool. So that's our first row. What's this length?
20, I think.
Okay, so this is 20 inches. I love clip-ins for styling that's not super permanent, right? It's gonna give you, she'll be able to wear her blowout after she doesn't wear the clip-ins any longer. But depending on how thick and how full your hair is, it'll depend on how many clips you need, because you don't want it to look spacey, right? So you see I'm kind of I'm parting it like a smiley face. Y'all see that? But as we're parting it like a smiley face, let's look at the 4-prong clip. Okay, let's see how that fits. Okay. All right, I'm with that. And for this one, I think I'm gonna go on into the front of her hairline, because think about it, you still want to give some of that hair in the front. This side area here, you don't want it to have gaps. You know, you want to make sure that that's filled in too, but you don't want the clips to be right on the hairline. I don't know if y'all see that. You don't want it to be right on the hairline, but maybe take a finger and like an inch behind the hairline. So we're gonna part that off on the both ends, because And remember, we want that smiley face. So it's kind of going up, curved up, because that's going to give the nice fall. It's going to make it fall really pretty. And then, based on the clips that you have, we're gonna see what fits. This kind of fits here. Or do we want to start here? Yeah, we got one there. We have another, we have another 3-prong clip that we can use. 4-prong clip. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and pull both of these out, okay? So remember, pop them open. Okay, we're gonna use those teeth and put them in here. We're gonna start on that side. I don't know if y'all can see that. Start on the side. Back off the hairline. Even if you need to hold that clip to put it in and snap. Put it in, snap. Now, who are clip-ins not ideal for? Again, that tension to the scalp, you know, I'm big on that. If you have bald spots in your scalp already, don't wear clip-ins. Don't wear clip-ins long term. Oh, thank you so much. Hugs from North Carolina. Don't wear clip-ins if you have, this is gonna be too long. Okay, that's okay. Let's use one of our 3 clips and see if that is too long. Okay. Might still be too long. Now let's see one of the 2s. The 2 might be perfect. This is low-key like a little puzzle, right? We want to make sure that we get the best clip-in install as possible, because these are not custom clips. I do make custom clips for clients as well. 2 would be the closest thing. The next row, we're going to start the 4 on this left side. And again, we're going to do that smiley face pattern because we want the hair to fall forward like your natural hair falls. We'll have them relatively close together. Luckily, we do have 2 bundles of clips. We're going to straighten this out in a second. And we can keep it straight off the middle because we're doing the middle part. And yeah. These are pretty so far.
So is it blending?
Yeah, it's blending. But we're gonna see how it curls. Yeah, it's blending. Yeah, your hair is a little bit lighter, but not so much that it matters. I'm trying to get those parts as straight as possible. And remember, we said we were gonna start this one on the left. The one before, we used a 4-prong and a 2-prong. So we're gonna start the 4 on this side. And we've already opened this one up. And about a finger's width away from the hairline, put it in and clip. Put it in and clip. Same thing all the way around. Clips are really not a long-term hairstyle at all. And you want to make sure that you're trying to keep it as healthy as possible, because long-term wearing of your clips can give you tension alopecia. That is a thing. Tension alopecia is, well, first of all, alopecia is just, most people have heard of it now. It's just the when you lose hair, right? But tension alopecia is manual alopecia, to where people have lost hair due to a lot of over manipulation and tension, right? You can get traction alopecia from tight braids, or even if it's just a lot of tension in one area. I hope my phone doesn't go dead on y'all. It's at 10%. I thought I had it plugged up. Maybe not. Let's see. So I guess I need to speed it up. This is a 3-prong clip on this one. I like what that's giving on this side. And now that we've got 2 rows going this way, the smiley face, and you see how it's giving that hair to the front. You see? It's bringing that hair to the front. Are clip-ins better instead of tape-ins? Clip-ins are different than tape-ins. Now, whether a client can get clip-ins or tape-ins, I would have the same exact qualifications. No tension to the scalp, no areas of baldness, no areas that have been compromised. You want to make sure the hair is healthy, right? Now, the difference between clip-ins and tape-ins are much longer. They're going to last much longer. Tape-ins are a very temporary, clip-ins are a very temporary style.
What would you say? Time.
You said what?
Time.
Like how long can you keep? Yeah, you can keep your clip-ins for a week if you, yeah, you can keep your clip-ins for a week, possibly. You know,
so shorter.
Or
I can keep this until Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Keep it until Saturday.
That's I'm gonna be wearing on Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But then some people like the versatility to be able to take their clips in and out. Like I have ladies who wear clip-ins a little differently. Like I was talking about, we are putting her clips in between her natural hair, right? I have some ladies who get their natural hair braided down like a sew-in, and their only natural hair of theirs that is left out is their leave out. That is a more long-term style. Why? Because it reduces the amount of tension and traction to the natural hair. Okay? Now you see I did that very first row, it went straight. The next 2, we did the smiley face, the long clips, and then oh wow, that's in Spanish. I wish I knew what it said. But thank you for your comment. So the next clips inside are going to go horizontally up, and then the last ones will probably go in the front. Okay? But again, we still want to make sure that the clips are still close enough to where we can't see the natural hair through at the bottom. Like that's what you don't want. You want it to be undetectable, right? So if you wear your clips to where you're wearing it with braids, you can probably wear it as long as it's coming in. Okay, I got these pieces. Okay. We're down to the 2 pieces. Oh no, here's another 3. Here's another 3. All right. Open them up. We probably could have used another pack, but we're gonna make this work.
Okay.
Just because your hair is kind of dense.
So I'm watching the videos, I was seeing most people are using 2 packs.
Most people are using two?
I was watching multiple
People using them,
like reviews and stuff.
and they're mostly used to.
Yeah, so I mean,
Okay.
but next time
We gonna make it work. Okay. So this is gonna be our last one at the top of her head, and then we're gonna fill in the sides, and then we'll give it a little curl. So let's see, what do we have left? We have we have 3 of the 2 clips left, and then we have 4 of the 1 clips left. So we're gonna use a 2 clip and a 1 clip back here. But of course, you know, you can take these out and put them back in.
I don't know if I'm gonna know how to.
Well, you know I look straight.
Okay. So hopefully I'm
Okay, open these. This is my neighbor as well.
But I'm fine to sleep with these in for the next
Yes,
couple of days.
you are fine to sleep with these in for the next couple days, but definitely not long term.
Okay. I wasn't thinking long term. I was thinking more so short term. But I'm like, I can't take these out tonight. Like, I think these should stay.
No. You don't have to take these out tonight at all. Oh yeah. So we're gonna use this 1 clip right here. And then I think this is gonna be our last row right here. And then the hair, we're just gonna cover it up. And I think that blends pretty nicely. I'm with it. I hope y'all are too. Yeah, it's giving a nice seamless blend, I think. Now let's work on these sides. Now remember, we've got what we have. We've got 2 pieces and 3 1 clips. All right. So let's think. Maybe we're gonna put 2 of these, 1 on each side, and then fill in the rest. Okay. So let's put this down, and thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. Again, this was our first time using this brand, so I didn't know what it was going to give, but I'm pleasantly surprised. So let's part this off here. And remember, because we already, those earlier tracks, we kind of use them to come around to the front. That's why we're parting in that U shape. That really gives you that coverage that you want for the front. Now here, you see I'm parting at a diagonal. We're parting at a diagonal because you see these thinner pieces around her hairline. We're gonna cover that up, okay? Since we've already got coverage in this middle from those earlier tracks, we're going to get some more coverage here at the top. You see that? And then, see, when I cover up, what is it giving? Okay. And this 1 piece, how many 1 clips do I have? I think I have 3. Okay, so we're gonna put 1 right here. Still kind of in the front, I think. But you wanna make sure that you're not on the hairline, because you don't want that. Because you wanna kind of want it undetectable Like, is that her hair? I don't know. Let me look closely. Just don't touch it. Yeah. You see that? I'm with it. So let's go to the other side.
Just giving real natural.
Yeah,
very
giving natural. Very cutesy. Agreed. Okay. So same on this side. Let's get a diagonal here. And of course, and now if you notice, when I'm combing, especially to get these tangles out, I am holding her hair at the roots. And that's what she's gonna do too. Now, this is not permanent. Like, clip-ins are a very temporary style. If you want a little bit more, tightness at the root, you can add little bitty rubber bands, okay? Some people like to do that, so we're gonna use this too. Right here off the hairline. All right, put that in and clip down. Put that one in and clip down. I'm gonna turn her to the front.
You sell those scrunchies?
I do sell.
How much are those?
$3. Little satin scrunchies. Okay. So this is what it's given. Let's make sure her part is actually in the middle. But you see, because of how we positioned her clips, it's falling nicely in the front. I have one more clip and I'm gonna add it on this side. No, I have two more clips. Okay, hold this. Like you see, I'm seeing a little bit more of her natural hair on this side. So I think I'm gonna add a piece right here. Are you wearing these straight? Are you wearing curl?
I see.
Yeah.
Like just like this?
Yeah. I mean, of course I would go back through it to make sure it's blended, but. Yeah. And we're gonna add the last one right behind it. So I think the reviews were correct on your 2 packs of clip-ins. I think that has blended nicely. And of course, we're gonna go back through and I don't know if you can see from there, but there's some places where her natural hair and the extensions meet. We're just gonna spray some of the S3 spray on it and silk it out some. She wants to see if she wants to add a curl or if we're gonna leave it straight. Lena? Lena, okay, now you can lean back. What's this mirror?
Some curl. Cause the ends are blunt. Do you feel like the ends are blunt?
Yeah, they are blunt, but we're gonna trim them a little
bit. Okay, so maybe that's why I'm like, yeah, I think I want a little curl.
Okay, yeah.
I think I want a little curl.
We can do that. We can curl this in? We can curl it. Yes.
Yes. Okay. We about to see.
We about to see. Can we curl it?
We about to see.
Okay, so lean up.
I am liking it short.
I am too. Okay, and lean back. I'm gonna just trim it so that it's not.
Maybe that's why I'm like, I'm not liking the end.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm like. How do you think? That's probably what it is using.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go through. I don't know if y'all can even see the ends. Back it up so y'all can see. Uncross your legs for me. Okay. We're just gonna round out the ends so it's not so choppy. Oh. Usually I would have the person stand up, but since we're live, I'm not gonna do that. Because when the hair gets so long, it's easier when a person stands up. For me, but you can see these uneven ends. Now, it's very unlikely that the next time she wears these clips, they're gonna be in the same order. So she'll probably have to cut them again. That's okay. Okay. Let me get it. Oh, ooh, Jesus. Okay, so we're gonna spray a little S3 spray on here just to kind of blend her natural hair with her extensions a little more. And I'm going to use, if we're curling, I'm going to use my Babyliss. Yeah, I'm going to use my Babyliss. I think this is a 1-inch flat iron. So let's go ahead and cut this on. And this one goes up to 465. We're definitely not going to turn it up to 465. We're not trying to melt any hair in here today. You can also use your wax stick on top of this. I probably should test this on another piece. Oh no, we're good. But we're not gonna go all the way up. Now, I do like my Babyliss flat iron. A lot of people swear by them, but I'll tell you, it's a titanium iron, and I honestly like it for extensions more than I like it for natural hair. I think it gets super hot, and also, I think the thing that I do not like about it the most is it doesn't have an automatic shut off. If you turn on that Babyliss and forget to turn it off, it will be on forever until it burns out. That's how I burnt out one of my Babyliss, my 1.5-inch flat iron. I left it on and left the salon. Thank goodness I didn't burn anything up, but you know, if you're in a hurry, whatever, doesn't matter. Make sure you turn it off and unplug it, because the Babyliss does not have an automatic shut off. So, but the Paul Mitchell does. This is what I'm using now. So the Paul Mitchell does have an automatic. You want to just go ahead and put the curl in it, or you want to see it?
Let's see it.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it.
Curl.
Curl. Do you want it curly or curled on the ends?
Like, just, like, not curly, but like just curls.
Okay.
But not like a bump end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like this kind of curl.
like a cute curl, and then it'll eventually fall to kind of be like straight, but not,
Yeah, like a little wave kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna curl. I don't know if y'all hear that. It's the ambulance. We're downtown. I hope everybody's all right. Okay. And again, I part off everything the same way. Ear to ear, put that to the front. And then we're gonna be curling her hair, again, using the Babyliss. And if you notice, I'm not whipping her hair around a lot, right? Like I'm still managing it, but gingerly, because you don't want to pull any any clips out.
So you wouldn't recommend like cutting layers with clipping?
Yeah, you can cut layers, but the only thing about cutting layers, remember,
Each time they might be put in different.
right, right. Which is why I kind of just did the bottom. Curls well. If you see, I'm just holding the hair before I'm curling it, just to give it a little 1-2. I will use my S3 spray to try to give more of that blend between the natural hair and the extensions. And then hold it, go through, and boom. She doesn't want a lot of curl, but she doesn't want it straight either. So it'll give a nice wave later on. And then really just curling those ends, all the ends are just gonna give it a nice, piece of straight, a nice bump or a nice curl when it comes together. The hair is curling nicely. And this is yaki texture. So it's not super silky, and it kind of mimics her hair a little bit more. Go through, and you see I'm just really sliding that iron through. These are really large chunks of hair that I'm taking. At night, she can pin curl it, flexi rod it, or just for her bonnet one. I'm a fan of pin curls. If you don't pin curl, I have a couple live videos from last week, I think, where we did some pin curls. And then I'm just gonna take my Influence Firm Hold Spray and just do a light spray, right? It's gonna help the hair to stay curled longer. We'll take our next section. I don't know if y'all see, if y'all can tell how gentle I'm being, because remember, these are clip-in extensions, okay? So we're gonna give it a nice spray with our S3 spray, and that's just going to help the hair and the extensions blend just a little bit more, comb through, and then we'll go through with our Fabulous. I'm holding the hair and we're just sliding through, okay? That didn't slide as well. Is this on still? Yeah. Sliding through. Boom. Do you usually like to curl your hair with a curling iron or a flat iron?
I think I more so do a flat iron. I curl my hair with a flat iron, but I do like the curling iron look. Like when I be seeing people do like big barrel curls and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a flat iron curling girl too. Like I usually curl my hair or curl hair with a flat iron. Though I do have wand curling wands, curling irons.
You got crimper.
You know, my crimper has gone on to the upper room, so no, I do not have a crimper. But I need to get another one because the one that I have is out of here. But I don't think I get a lot of people that even ask for them. You know, so I've seen a lot of crimp styles kind of coming back, which is nice. And I'm gonna tell you the other thing I've been seeing a lot: French rolls.
I don't even know
The French roll is when the hair is like in that, it's like a sideways bun this way. That's a French roll. I've been seeing a lot of French rolls, which I personally love a French roll. It's real classic to me. But honestly, you can get the same, very similar kind of curls, whether you use a flat iron, curling iron, or a curling wand. It's really just about your technique.
What temperature do you have the flat iron
This is on 410.
on? Okay, cool.
Yeah. But
It's taking the heat.
yeah, it's taking the heat, which is good. It's not burning up. It's curling. I still don't have a recommendation yet, because how long are these curls gonna last? I don't know. But we're gonna find out.
But you know, typically, isn't it true like curls don't really last if it's not like cut, like it's gonna fall?
Well, okay.
Because layers make the curls stay.
Layers will make the curls stay longer, for sure. Layers, because when the hair is all one length, but remember, your hair is intermingled with this hair. So there are some shorter and longer pieces, but I have found that when hair has layers, it does do a better job of staying curled. Also, set hair, like when you do set curls versus curling iron curls, that
What you mean set hair?
like, so if your hair is wet and you roll it, and so rolling your hair, those curls are going to last longer than anything, because you're actually changing, not permanently, you're changing the bond structure of your hair versus just using a hot tool to temporarily
And then it's
manipulate
drying
it.
that way.
Exactly, it's drying that way. So I've got some curly clips that I'll go live and install on myself one day when I change my hair again. And I've got some curly tape ends.
I feel like I wanted to take.
Okay, well, let me know when. We can do it.
It's weird because my hair's not tight right now, so I don't know how to feel. Like it
it
feels weird. I'm used to like that tightness of a sew-in, like that feels really secure. That like right here, I'm like.
Do you not feel? You don't feel insecure?
I don't, but it's not because I feel like it's gonna fall out. It's just because I'm used to that, like, not throbbing, but like just the tightness of the.
When your hair is braided, it's gonna definitely feel different than when you just have those clips installed. I mean, it's definitely different maintenance for sure. These front pieces on the bottom, I always curl them going toward the face. And that's just because it's going to get rid of the hole that people tend to have in their hair when they're curling. Okay. So the first curls always go toward the face. And then the next ones, we can go away from the face. That will start to help form those bangs and that pretty, it'll fall really pretty away from the face. We really appreciate y'all tuning in to our live today. We're not quite done yet, but if you haven't already done so, go ahead and like this video, subscribe at Curly Girl Coach. You can find the products that we're using at curlygirlcoach.com. Share, like, subscribe, what are other things? Comment, all the things.
All of the things, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe,
Share.
share.
Yeah, share. Especially, if you know someone who has natural hair or not, that you think this video could be beneficial to, installing these clip-ins on this good evening, go ahead and share it. Now, once we get to some of these front pieces, remember, we don't have as many clips in the top. So you want to make sure your curls are not starting in a place where the natural hair is ending, right? So it can blend pretty well. And we're probably gonna go through and trim a little bit in the front.
I was gonna say, I don't care. Trim the front a little bit.
No, I know. I'm gonna do it like that. We're gonna trim that front just a little bit.
Trim the front because
We don't want you walking around these streets. Hey.
Okay, sorry, y'all.
We don't want you walking around in these streets.
I'll order another clip.
Okay.
That's why I need to stop wasting hair. That's my problem.
Wear hair once.
Yeah, I'll be like,
and get rid of it. Girl. I have clients that have been wearing the same bundles for a year.
no way.
Yeah. Same bundles for a year. Because when you buy good hair, you can.
That is
and
true.
You take care of it.
I also think when I get my sew-ins, I'll wear them for so long that I'm like, okay, we can get new hair. Like, I probably kept my graduation sew-in way longer than I probably should have.
Will work.
Like, it became half braids, half sew-in.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like,
But still, and then too, you get maintenance, but you don't be getting maintenance like that. Like coming in to get your hair shampooed while it is sewn in. That makes a difference too.
yeah.
You can't skip the maintenance. That's a huge.
I be loving the maintenance.
Mm-hmm. One client, we got her extensions colored like a copper color. Them tracks were black, they been blonde, they been copper.
I know that's right.
And she is still wearing them same tracks. Of course, we take them out, treat them, and put them right back in. And she's been wearing them for a year and a half. So, yeah. I mean, no, I appreciate you buying new hair now.
See, I'm just trying to support you.
You just support it. No, I feel you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. But,
I'm just trying to help feed the girls and
Yeah.
keep the lights on.
Keep the lights on. Keep the lights on, honey.
I'm just joking. That's what I tell them. I'm just, I just have to buy it.
The girls are gonna be.
I know, I'm so excited to see them. I'm afraid they're gonna cry, but it's okay.
Depending on what time you get there. I was about to say, they might still be asleep. They're not. They're gonna be up.
They're gonna be, they up.
Yeah. I'm about to say, let me not even tell that story. They're gonna be up. Now, they'll still be in their pajamas. But
What time did I wake up?
it depends. It depends. Usually they're up by, at the latest, they gotta be dog tired if they're still asleep at 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Do they stay up late too?
Well, they still wake up in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay.
You know. So, but then sometimes, especially, they nap at noon, but you'll be leaving at noon anyway. But yeah, they nap at noon. But it depends. Sometimes they'll tell you no nap today. Like, okay, girl. So, and it depends on how late Jeremy let them stay up tonight too. I'm gonna turn her around in a second so we can see what it's giving, and maybe a little cut. What's happening?
We see the material.
Yeah.
We see the material. Very natural. Lightweight.
That's pretty. Okay. We got some pieces of her hair that's kind of straight. Yeah. We're just gonna go through back with the Paul Mitchell. Because again, even though the backless was on the natural hair, Paul Mitchell is my go-to when I'm dealing with the natural. So we're just gonna curl that back just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty. You ready?
It is.
Yeah. Did I forget you?
No.
Let's cut some of this, girl. Okay. We're just gonna slide cut. Just put your head straight.
Because then I was thinking like the 1 or 2 piece bundle would be in the front anyway. Most likely the back we might not know, but the 1 piece probably be up front again.
And we just slide cut in the front. So some of these pieces can kind of mimic her natural hair. Again, to make it just a little bit more undetectable. Oh, thank you so much. That's beautiful.
Oh, Sarah Ann.
You can see that from here? Girl.
2020 vision. The rest is blurry though.
That's why all I could say was thank you. Because I did not see the rest. This is the part that just, like, the details is what it really makes it, right? Like,
Makes a difference. It really does.
we're gonna add that little piece of, yeah, curl. Right there. You want some edge control or not? Edge control.
Yeah, just a little bit on my head. Right.
You don't want it right there.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna be able to see it. Only place you can get it is right here.
Oh, then now.
Okay, then we'll do holding spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is always gonna be covered anyway.
Okay.
You don't want that sticky edge control right there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just go through and tap it one more good time with the wax stick. Just tap these little pieces here.
You think I should put edge control right there?
No, I think it's fine without it. We just gonna do a little holding spray. We're just gonna give it a little extra lay down. And I like, some people like edge control, and I think edge control is nice, but my favorite is actually just to use a little bit of
Somebody
holding
said, how you
spray.
gonna do my hair next?
Ooh, how you want it done next? So we just take the comb, take the holding spray, spray the edge, go to comb, and then just melt that in. Melt that in. And that's it. Let's give her a nice little spray. It's so pretty.
It is. It's
Y'all.
crazy just how your confidence changed when your hair is done. Because when she started doing my hair and this camera was out, I was like, oh Lord, like. But now.
They said, now to wrap it up, Sarah Ann, you are right, and get some sleep.
Yes.
Because I have to come back in the morning. So thank y'all so much for tuning in with these clip-ins. Like, subscribe, share, all the things. We're going to clean up and call it a night. So y'all take it easy. Good night.